So skill 15 is called find the change. And this really means look at what is happening in the answer choices of the question that you're working on. And noticing what's happening in the answer choices tells you exactly what you need to pay attention to when you're trying to get the question right. Okay. So because sometimes if you just look at the underlined part, it can be difficult to be, well, what are they going for? Right. So um, you in that case you want to use the answers, right? The answer has to be right there, the right answer. And in most cases the changes between different answer choices will indicate a theme that points you in the direction of the right approach to the question. Okay, so let's give a simple example. Let's say the sentence is, my brother noticed that one of our dogs were missing, right? And here are the answer choices. Dogs were missing, one of our dogs was missing, one of our dog was missing, one of our dog were missing, right? So this means that you have to look at and think about subject verb agreement, okay? Um, in this case, the subject of the sentence is one, right? And since the subject is one, that is a singular subject. So we need a singular verb. My brother noticed that one of our dogs was missing. Okay. We'll get more into verbs actually in the next lesson, but the fact that this is what's changing tells you this is what you have to pay attention to. Okay. Let's look at some actual examples from a test. So here I can immediately see that they are asking about commas, friends, comma, and I, comma, and there's only one comma here, and there's no commas here. It was late afternoon when my friends and I arrived at the Scottish castle. And if you're paying attention to the previous lesson, guess what the right answer was? No commas, right? So we've talked about that. Let's look at this one. Okay, we're going to have to choose the verb. You immediately see that. The turrets piercing the sky and the gargoyles snarling at us from every jagged ledge. So snarling because it's the gargoyles that were snarling. Here we have to decide: do we have a period here or a comma, or and get rid of the like, etc. All right. The forest crowded in on all sides as if trying to smother the castle like a dragon's tongue. A red flag snapped in the March wind. All right, this is another good example of where you have to really read the whole sentence because it totally changes at the end. A forest crowded in on all sides as if trying to smother the castle like a dragon's tongue. A red flag snapped in the March wind. I was thrilled. So it's actually a period because you have two independent clauses. A forest crowded in on all sides as if trying to smother the castle, period. Like a dragon's tongue, a red flag snapped in the March wind. So that was a little tricky, but it's the answer choices are telling you what you have to pay attention to. I won't solve everything, but here, okay, you have to decide had to, have. So there's a little bit of verb tense going on. Here you can immediately see it's just about the comma, etc. So for 60% or so of the questions on the ACT, if you have any doubt about what you're supposed to be doing, you want to look at the question, at the answers. And you want to look at the answers pretty quickly. It's kind of the first thing you do after you read the sentence once is, all right, now what do I have to pay attention to?